captures a moment in time. We have seen that firsthand when we use our camera, but one local award-winning artist is doing the same thing but with paint.
That's right. For our artist approach, Julia is in the building with us today, and she's a fine art and live event painter. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on. We love art and we love weddings here on Studio 10. So when you put them together, we're like, we need Julia to come on. But we have to talk a little bit about your artistic beginnings. Kind of what inspired you to really pursue art?
I grew up in a creative home. My mom is a talented artist. I was somebody who always liked to draw my friends on the school bus. I eventually went to Michigan State and studied art there. I moved to Dallas, Texas and started selling work in galleries. And then I got a random phone call one day from a very nice woman who said, my daughter's getting married in a few months. I saw your work in this gallery and I really like your style. So will you come paint my daughter and her future husband? And I thought, sure. It was 10 years ago before this really was a thing, so I didn't know what it entailed, but I'm so happy I said yes to it.
Yeah,
it took off just overnight.
Isn't that crazy how one phone call, like you said, takes off overnight? Look at what it's opened up for you.
Yes.
Now, when you specialize in live event painting, kind of draw us a picture of what that actually looks like.
Yeah. So I get to I can paint any event. It's typically weddings, they're most common, but I've done corporate events, sporting events, birthday parties, but it is the end of wedding season right now, so I have a lot of wedding examples. But I will arrive to a ceremony or reception a couple of hours ahead of time to get started painting the background, and then take a video of the couple in the pose or the moment that they would like, and then paint that throughout the night.
Yes, and we're seeing it on a time lapse, because obviously you don't paint that quickly. But that's so cool to see the process. But you know, you mentioned this has been a trend for a little bit, but you kind of hopped on it before it even was a trend. Why do you think this is becoming so popular at weddings, and you know, what makes them so special? It's such a unique service, for one. It always wows guests, even though it doesn't happen that quickly, even though it's you know, it happens over the course of several hours. It's such an entertaining aspect for guests to watch, and then the couple also has a beautiful keepsake, a work of art for their wall that they will have forever. They might pass down to generations. It's a really special, unique thing.
Yeah, and this really elevates a wedding. So when you're actually painting, what are some of the reactions from the couple before, during, and after?
Wow. Always excitement. This bride actually, a couple of weeks ago, she first saw me and said, I am just so happy to see you. And I thought, wow, this is such a special thing to go to work and get that kind of feedback. And then I know they're always excited to see how it will develop, but wow, the wow factor, once it's done, once you put enough finishing touches on there to resemble them, to get the accuracy, the couple, the guests, everybody, you know, they're amazed at how that comes together so quickly.
Yeah, really. But speaking of finishing touches, everybody stick around. After the break, Julia's going to show us her approach when it comes to live paintings and how she's able to get it all done. Stick around, everybody. We got a lot more after the break.